That hot old sun finally going down, boy. Texas, every day it's been over 100, and every day for the foreseeable future will be over 100. And that big old brutal bully right there has no intentions on stopping. All right, so with that being said, somebody sent me a private message and they had a question for me. And they said, and I'm gonna leave the specifics out, right? But they said that their loved one Sally is doing something inappropriate or bizarre or weird or something, and what do they do because their loved one's going to be coming up for parole soon, and if he just mans up and handles it himself, obviously that can offset him, right? And I thought, well, what a great opportunity to do a video, because I have dealt with this exact same situation. And I'll tell you what I was doing. I was in population at the time. I was down there at one of the desks, and here comes one of these inmates, and I'm standing by the sergeant, and one of these inmates is saying, "Hey, man, my cellie is on some bullshit, and he keeps on doing something." And my sergeant said to him, he goes, "There was a time in the penitentiary when you would never have come up here telling me this," meaning that there was a time when he would have just whooped his ass, and that would have been that, and you wouldn't have even brought that damn thing up. But the inmate says, "Boss, that ain't right," because I don't know if he said that ain't right, but he said, "Boss, but I'm coming up for parole. I can't afford that." You know what I mean? And so the sergeant says, the sergeant was reasonable, and he went down to the cell and he addressed the issue. Now, I don't know, I can't remember what came of that, like if he moved him or if he got moved or something like that. But you absolutely, like, I get the idea of not wanting to screw yourself out of going home. So what he has to do is got to go down to that the desk and talk to the desk boss, and has to talk to the sergeant. And it sucks because if he's caught talking to the sergeant, it's going to make him look like he's a snitch, or he can't handle it, or whatever. So there's a lot of pressure right there on his part. And depending on how bizarre the behavior is with the cellie, I mean, it can be super uncomfortable. And trust me, y'all, what this person is doing in that cell with the guy, it's uncomfortable. I would be uncomfortable. And if I was just brand new in on a bid or something like that, and I hate to even speculate what I would do as a convict, because I was always a correctional officer, right? But I get the idea that I would probably handle up, you know what I mean? But you're in a position where if you handle up, you know what I mean, you might screw up your only chance on going home. So you're gonna have to he's gonna have to go down there and talk to the sergeant just verbally and say, "Look, man, he won't stop. And if I do something, then I won't be eligible for parole, and I want to go home." You know what I mean? And if that doesn't work, then I would file a grievance, probably. I would suggest to file a grievance and saying that you've addressed it verbally with the rank. The rank is not addressing the issue, and that you need something addressed, or requesting a move, or him to be moved, or something like that. But that's my opinion on the situation. But like I say, I do want to emphasize the fact that this person is caught in a lose-lose situation. If you put hands on this person, then there's this possibility that, one, he could lose a fight, he could cut up, anything like that could happen. But, then two, he's going to lose. He probably will definitely lose. He was not going to get parole if you're fighting like that, man. Maybe not. I don't know, but I'm not on the parole board, but I can tell you it ain't a good look. I'll tell you that, And then whoever you're running with or clicked up with, or your boys, if you found like snitching, well, that ain't a good look either. So, man, I'd be real empathetic to that person's plight at the moment, and whatever their decision it is, if you're their loved one, you just got to kind of respect it, because, what would you do in that situation? You know what I'm saying? Because a man is a man. I always say that. A man is a man. You know what I mean? And you go and live and die by respect, especially in that place. All right, y'all have a good one. I'll holler.